April 22nd, 2015. Roll call, please.
Thank you. Commissioner Grinley?
Here.
Commissioner Tinelli?
Present?
Commissioner Whitmer? Present. Commissioner Lane?
Here.
Chair Lively?
Here. We have a quorum. Next item is public comments. Anyone in the audience like to comment on anything that is not on our agenda this evening? There being none, we'll move along. Approval of minutes from our last meeting.
There's corrections to minutes.
Yeah.
Page 2, second paragraph, I believe it should be Chair Lively and not Chair Grinley. And then I think there's another.
Yes.
Grinley, 81 Fair Oaks, seconded the motion, but also abstained, so we'll need to clarify and correct who made the correct second on that.
Yeah.
Is that your recollection, Whitmer?
Yeah.
I can check my notes. I don't remember.
Okay, we'll confirm that.
Any
Oh,
further
abstained.
corrections? If there are none, is there a motion to?
Thank you. That makes
We
sense.
got some? Motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
Oh, yeah.
And moved, is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor say aye. Minutes are approved as corrected. And the next item on our agenda is public hearings. And the first one is special structures permit 48 Fairview Avenue. Request for special structures permit for an accessory structure to be located within the required front yard area.
Thank you, Commissioners. This application at 48 Fairview was presented to you back at the March 22nd hearing, was continued. Just a brief summary again of the request for a special structures permit to allow for a swimming pool to be located within the required front yard setback. Standard requirements would have the pool at 30 feet behind the front main residence line or 120 feet from the front property line. This pool is proposed to be located 10 feet behind the front of the house, 70 feet from the front property line. At the March hearing, there was conversation between the commission, the property owner, regarding some email correspondence from the adjacent neighbor, 38 Fairview. The conclusion of those conversations was that further resolution needed to be confirmed from the neighbor at 36 Fairview regarding their concerns on the pool location related to privacy and to noise. Noise specific to the pool equipment primarily. Since the March 22nd hearing, the property owner has had direct communications and conversations with this property owner at 36 Fairview, and that property owner, while not in attendance tonight, did submit an email stating that they have had the conversations with the property owner here and that they do not have, that they feel, that their concerns have been adequately addressed. That email has been included as an attachment to the staff report. So with that, and for the reasons as outlined in the report, staff's recommending approval of the application.
Very good, thank you. Any questions of staff? Anyone?
When you say email, do you mean this thing?
Correct, yes, it came via an email as an attachment.
Thank you.
Okay, if there are no further questions, we'll open the public hearing. Is the applicant here? Any comments?
None other than what Stephanie has presented. We did meet with the neighbors and they came to our site, did a walkthrough of the plan. We showed them where the location of the equipment is going to be, how it's going to be housed, where the pool is going to be, and I believe alleviated the concerns to the point that they sent a retraction.
Any questions of the applicant? If not, I'd like to make a comment. We thank you for your patience. I know last month you were very anxious for us to get going, but we felt we should make sure with the neighbors we're in good shape. So
I appreciate the process.
thank you very much for waiting this month. Very good.
And I think it lets you, with your neighbor, in better shape too.
Yes.
Yeah, good. I love it when a plan comes together.
There's no further comments. We'll close the public hearing. Comments from commissioners?
This is all I wanted to make sure happened.
I'm perfectly satisfied with it.
I agree with you, Phil, as far as, appreciating the patience on the part of the applicant. I think it's fantastic that the neighbor was able to, you not only met with the neighbor, but had them walk the site, give them a visual inspection of everything that was going on, so they had a great idea. That's how the system's supposed to work. And again, thank you for your patience and thanks for making the effort to connect with your neighbor.
Is there a motion then, please?
Yes, I move that the planning commission approve the special structure permit at 48 Fairview Avenue based on the findings and for the reasons enumerated in the staff report, subject to condition listed in the special structures permit certificate to allow a pool to be located to the front yard setback. Located to the front yard setback?
Up to.
I missed the up part.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Okay.
We'll live with that.
I'll second. I'll second. Move to second to approve the special structures permit. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved. Note if you desire to appeal our decision.
She's had so much fun in this process, she's gonna come back for more.
We have 10 days.
Thank you.
We'll get that on the record. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good day.
Next item on our agenda is heritage tree removal at 86 Alejandro. Request for a heritage tree removal permit to appeal the decision of the town arborist who previously denied the application. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Commissioners. So this item was also scheduled at your March hearing, and request for continuance by the property owner for tonight's hearing. The reason of that continuance was that they wanted to have additional time to create a replanting plan associated with their request for tree removal. So summary of the request in front of you tonight is for the removal of a coast redwood tree located in the front of the property, right at the front gate along Alejandra Avenue. Associated with the request is a replanting plan. The replanting plan presented to you tonight includes the replanting of a 48-inch coast live oak at the left rear of the property. The town arborist has reviewed the application, has reviewed the property owner submitted arborist report. There is some concern that the removal of the sequoia redwood tree at the front of the property will create an openness or visual impact to those traveling along the public right-of-way along Alejandra. There's a recommendation that has been included in the draft tree removal certificate, should the commission approve it, that additional native plantings or otherwise determined suitable species, coordination with the town arborist, be replanted in the area where the redwood tree is to be removed, since the proposed replanting of the coast live oak is in a different area of the property. My understanding is that those conversations have already started ensuing with the property owner's landscape architect and our town arborist. But again, there is a specific condition within the draft removal permit that would require the replanting plan to be enhanced to have these additional plantings specifically in the location where the tree is proposed to be removed.
Thank you. Any questions of staff? Anyone?
Have you visited this site?
Yes, I have.
Any further questions? Not, we'll open the public hearing. Is the applicant here? Any comments?
Only just to echo what was
Could you
just
come
said.
forward, please, so we get it on the...
There's a microphone back there.
That's the
Yeah, only that there have been some emails going back and forth with the town arborist, and when I spoke with her, and I believe we have, she can confirm this, I believe we have a meeting of the minds of what will be replanted in the front where the gap that has been described as well as the oak in the back. So should you approve this, I think there's also a resolution already on what's going to be replanted.
Any questions of the applicant, anyone?
Are you okay with the suggestion to put something where the...
Actually, I like it. I mean, it's, we always were going to do it. We were going to just figure out what it was after you pushed the issue, which was great. And she gave us a list of 6 or 7 trees to put there. We wanted something that was flowering, and we picked one that was a pretty flowering tree. And we're going to have 2 of them. Yes.
I didn't catch what it is.
It's the western redbud. So there's not a lot of trees that are native will grow into the oak, so there's about 6 or 7. So I suggested 2 western redbuds, probably 24-inch boxes, if we can just say that tonight, spaced out evenly where the gap is, and then the 48-inch box in the back, which is usually required 2 24s or 136, so 48 is even larger. So I feel like with all that, you know, it's a good recommendation, because the tree will continue to have to be trimmed by PG&E every year. It's a moderate health, so.
Any further questions?
Yeah, I was just curious as to the, I guess, how long have you been on the property?
I've owned it since 1989.
Yeah, so I was just curious about the timing of deciding to do it now and the genesis of the idea of making this change.
Well, we basically started redoing the, I'm remarried, but I've been living back there with my current wife for 12 years. We started replanting perimeter plants, which 2 gentlemen at least from the planning commission came by and probably saw them. And, you know, we're planning to do stuff in the front as well, but we didn't know what we could do unless we knew whether we could take the tree away. So that's the context in which it came up.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful tree. It's just too bad it's been trimmed, it's been just kind of butchered over the years, you know, because of the power lines.
Well, there's also a gorgeous oak next to it, which is kind of overshadowed by
Right.
this.
Yeah, that oak is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
We love the oak.
yeah, it's good.
Anyone else? Any further questions? Not, thank you. Anyone else in the audience desire to be heard in this matter? If not, we will close the public hearing and bring it back here. Comments by commissioners? William?
I visited the site, a month ago, and at that point, actually, the gap that I could visualize didn't bother me, but if you're okay with planting in the gap, I said, let's do it.
Okay, Paul?
No comments.
You bet.
I visited the site, I guess a month ago, and I was hesitant to agree to take the tree down, but with the replanting plan, I'm okay with it.
My comments would mirror what Mary Beth just said also.
Yeah, I went to the site last time it was on the agenda, and it didn't surprise me that it was being asked for because of the way it was situated, both the flower and the oak tree. So I like the resolution you came up with. It's not a bad house to look at, so I didn't think it needs to. But there are some that I thought would have, but I appreciate the fact that you like it. That makes it easier. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, any further comments? If not, is there a motion?
I move the planning commission found the proposed removal of one heritage tree at 86 Alejandro Avenue in Atherton would not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the general plan, and for the reason outlined in the staff report, and the commission approved the tree removal with the conditions stated in the draft heritage tree removal certificate.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mary Beth, second. Been moved and second to approve the heritage tree removal permit. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried.
I didn't know if I said aye.
Again, if you disagree with this decision, you have 10 days to appeal to the council.
I'm actually very happy with that. I should go back here. I'm very happy with that, and I appreciate, frankly, the coaching of several of you who came by and visited, and basically told me that we had to not just remove the tree, but show what we intended to do for additional screen in the front, so.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. The only request I would have is if it's possible to add the 2 trees that we have discussed so that it's approved tonight rather than having to go back and forth for it. That would be great.
To the certificate, you're saying specify the tree
Yeah.
type?
Is that what you
That's
requested?
okay with me, yeah, that's fine with me.
Is it all their certificate or not?
No.
The tree type, so
It's a condition.
it's a condition of
It's a
replanting?
condition,
Yeah.
Or just-
Yeah,
Yeah, amend the motion.
I'll amend the motion to include that.
Okay.
That was good.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
Okay, that's good enough for.
Yeah, I'm
the
good
record?
with that.
Okay.
I feel like-
All right, good
You know,
one.
yeah.
The lawyer's happy, I'm stupid.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right, now, the next item on our agenda is Consideration of an ordinance to amend the Appleton Municipal Code chapter relating to basements. We spent a lot of
Oh,
time on
I'm
this.
sorry, we have one item that we're
Oh, I'm
requested
sorry.
to continue,
Yeah,
if you wouldn't mind.
continue.